Today I am wearing the Breitling Chronomat B01 chronograph on the Rouleau style bracelet. It's one of my favorite watches to wear. And today I want to show you a watch that you likely haven't ever heard of, but it's a really well made vintage re-release from one of the oldest watch brands in the world. This is the Favre Leuba Sea Sky Revival. Thanks to Exquisite Timepieces for lending in this recent release. Exquisite is an AD for 60 brands. They're a family-owned AD in Florida. I've bought from them many times over the years. They're a great place to buy a new watch. Links are below. Now, Favre Leuba, for those of you unfamiliar with this brand, they started back in 1737. That's only 2 years after the world's oldest watchmaking brand, Blancpain, opened their shop. Favre Leuba is probably best known for making sport watches in the 1960s. That was their golden era as a brand. That was my personal favorite era of the company. And it is from watches produced then in the 1960s that these two revival models in front of the camera take direct inspiration from. But we're going to focus here on the Sea Sky Revival. The Deep Raider we're going to talk about in a different video. But here are the specs. Here are the dimensions. This watch is very close in size compared to the original 33033 reference from the 1960s. That one was 39 millimeter. This one's 40 millimeter, and it sits very nicely on wrist. A tad tall like most automatic chronographs are, but I do like the way it wears. This one does not disappear, but it's not large like a 42 millimeter. It doesn't wear like my Breitling Chronomat chronograph that I'm wearing today. The finishing is clean. Favre Leuba did a very nice job of recreating the original in terms of the essence of the watch, like the proportions, the font styles, the finish schedule. But at the same time, it's not a one-to-one recreation. There's an AR-coated sapphire crystal on this one. There is modern superluminova. There's a display-style sapphire caseback. There's a ceramic bezel insert. And there are a few subtle dial variations or changes from the original. This chronograph seconds hand is not red. It's a polished finish. The subdial hands are black-coated as opposed to being a polished finish. There are some text changes or variations in different areas on the dial. Favre Leuba removed Genève, and they've placed 1737 there instead. They've also changed the telometer from miles to kilometers. So there's a few little differences, but I do enjoy the dial execution. There's an applied logo. There is concentric guilloche subdial texturing. There's a mix of needle, pencil, and pointer hands that I think work well in conjunction with each other. And the fact that this watch has a telometer, a tachymeter, and a countdown-style bezel timer, that's a lot for one watch. So technically, this is a very busy watch, but I think it still looks clean, it looks symmetrical, it looks organized, and I haven't had any issues in reading the time at a glance. Now here's the bezel action. I find this easy to grip, easy to turn. It has a pleasant mechanical feel and a very faint amount of backplay, but that backplay is almost non-existent. This is the Lume shot. I think this is very solid for a chronograph. The hands and the bezel triangle have a good amount of surface area of the superluminova, and that lasts just a little bit longer than the printed hour markers do. This is the movement, and I love that Favre Leuba is showing off the caliber. I think that's very important to watch collectors. I think that they want to see that this relaunched brand is offering the appropriate level of caliber decoration for the retail price, which is nearly $5,000. Favre Leuba calls this one the FLC01. It's a caliber that's made by Le Jeu Perret. It has 4 hertz when it comes to the beat rate. This has 26 joules, 60 hours of power reserve, and it has heat blued screws. They're not painted. These are heat blued, and a heat blued column wheel, which I really enjoy. This has a 4N gold coated open style rotor and other movement decoration finishes like purling, Côtes de Genève, and radial brushing. Please note that this caliber is unidirectionally winding, and so it feels very similar to the Valjoux 7750. That one has a bit of a rotor wobble. And so, this is similar in the fact that there will be times as you wear this watch that occasionally you'll notice that rotor spinning around on your wrist. And if you listen closely, you can hear it too. Now, the watch comes on a black leather strap. It has a retro style polished and signed buckle. I think that's a nice detail. And it's available in this original reverse panda color scheme. It's also available in blue, in green, and brown. So who is this watch for? I think if you like retro-inspired watches, but you want something that's a bit less common than the usual suspects at this price, like from Tudor or Longines, or if you like sport watches that aren't necessarily large, but they don't disappear when you're wearing them, or if you like watches where the quality is noticeable in person, in the metal, but the brand name necessarily isn't, where it can safely fly under the radar, watches that are recognizable only by a select few enthusiasts, I think you'll like this one. I think you should check it out. This is a watch brand that I would personally wear. The quality is here, it's versatile, and I enjoy designs from the 1960s. So this is very much a watch that I would enjoy wearing, but I would likely want to put it on a polished Milanese mesh or hope that Favre Leuba releases a bracelet option in the future. I know that's sacrilegious to some collectors, but I am what I am. I love a watch on a good bracelet. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you come back in the future for more watch content.